Learn to do things a day in advance. Learn to prepare your lunch a day in advance. Learn to start a project that's due tomorrow a day in advance. There's a philosophy that if you lay out your clothes, if you do some planning the day before, you make your life better, more productive, more successful. Because if you're a little bit prepared in advance, you tend to do better on average over time. So it may not apply in every instance, it doesn't apply to me to prepare my lunch a day in advance based on my lifestyle, but I do try to prepare a day in advance by making a daily video in advance, by maybe starting a project a day in advance. I try to do some things that strategically put me ahead of timetables that allow me breathing room to accomplish things in a timely, calm, focused manner. When you are up against a deadline, or when you do things and as an example, when you wake up late, you start the day in a deficit, okay? It's like when you wake up early, you're able to get to the coffee shop before anyone else. You're able to start your day before anyone else. And that early head start, like being in a race, the early head start gives you an edge, an advantage over others. And in life, you should look for an edge, an advantage. I always give the famous story of the New England Patriot football team. They had one of the greatest coaches, Bill Belichick, and the greatest quarterback, Tom Brady. I didn't personally like them. But what I learned was, even though they were so great, they still looked for an edge in beating the team, whether it was spying on the opposing defense or deflating the football. Even though some of that was technically within the rules, they were looking for an edge. And in life, within the rules, without manipulating people, you look for an edge. And a healthy, wholesome way to look for an edge is doing things in advance, okay? And having some pre-thought, having some strategic pieces placed in your life so that when the day starts, you've already got them in place and you're better suited for it, you're better prepared for it. Okay, and I gave you some examples, whether it was preparing your lunch the day before, laying out your clothes, starting a work project, making a video, something creative or something work-related or something personal-related where you have already set the pieces on the playing field to your advantage or to your stance, and so that you don't have to put that much effort in the beginning of the next day. They're already there. And that's a great life tip, a great life lesson, that if over time you can build a habit to doing things a day before and kind of strategically laying out your game plan for the next day, you will live a better quality life, more successful, I think financially, I think physically, emotionally, every way. Because it shows that you're a prepared mind. There's a saying that luck is when timing meets preparation, or something like that. And the more prepared you are, and obviously the more you work towards that, the more luckier you'll get. And that's wisdom. That's a blessing to you that helps you. So that's the sales pitch. Do you want to help yourself? Yeah. Prepare in advance. Do things, not the whole thing. You don't have to do your whole work project. You don't have to do your whole entire day in advance, but put some little things in place so that when you wake up the next day, you're not overwhelmed with all these thoughts and you get over anxious or over depressed, and then you just don't start. See, it's like a lot of people don't go to work because they're overwhelmed with all the projects they have for that day. But if you've started some of those projects a day before, and when you wake up, it's not that hard emotionally or mentally. And that's a big part of life psychologically. And so that's what I want to give you that edge on, give you that insight so that you and I can work towards a better life. And that's what I think I just broke down. So thank you for watching. Thank you to all my members who support the channel. If you'd like to be a member, click the join button. You'll get unlimited access to all my live feeds. I appreciate you. I appreciate those who click the thumbs up. You can also check out my playlist on my channel for additional insights. Thank you for watching. Peace, love, and gratitude.